Thank you, Commissioner. Senator Warnock.
Thank you, Chairman Crapo. Happy birthday. And I hope you get some time after this hearing with your family and your friends. But blessings to you. Congressman Long, Americans deserve fair treatment from the IRS. No one should be favored for their wealth or connections, nor should anyone be targeted for their political views. Sadly, sadly, attempts to weaponize the IRS are not new. We've seen this time and time again in our history. In the 1970s, President Nixon repeatedly tried to use the IRS to investigate his enemies, who included civil rights leaders, it included journalists, and even members of Congress. Luckily, multiple IRS commissioners refused to carry out the president's orders. These public servants, in my view, are American heroes. They put the rule of law above partisan politics, and in a real sense, they put it above their careers. They were focused on what's right. And in response to their principled stand, Congress passed a law on a bipartisan basis, to prohibit any president from directing the IRS to target any taxpayer. Thank you so very much. I enjoyed meeting with you in my office last week, and when we met, you and I discussed how President Trump has called for auditing Harvard University because of their political stances. We also talked about how an administration official suggested that the IRS should stop auditing some of the president's top political allies, including Mike Lindell. And so I just have a few yes or no questions for you, and I want to get through this. This is why I'm just going to ask you some yes or no questions. You told me that if you got a request from the president, to audit a taxpayer, you'd follow the law and ignore that request. Is that correct, yes or no?
It's partially correct. I think that I told you he wouldn't do that in the first place, but if he did, I'd do exactly what you said, so yes.
The answer would be
yes.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay. You also told me that if you got a request from the president to halt an audit on one of his friends or allies, you'd follow the law and you'd ignore that request as well. Is that still correct, yes or no?
Yes.
You also said you would report those illegal requests to the Treasury Inspector General. Is that correct?
The IG's office, yeah, we talked about that. Yes, sir.
You would report it to the IG office of for the Treasury Inspector General. Great. And that you would report such requests to the Senate Finance Committee, both the chair and the ranking member. Is that still correct?
If that's what is protocol, yes.
It's not just the president who can exert enormous influence over the IRS. Clearly, the president could. After your nomination to head up the IRS, you received nearly $200,000 in campaign contributions, including from tax preparation firms who might have committed tax fraud. When we met, I asked if you would recuse yourself from decisions involving those donors. You very clearly said that you would not recuse yourself. That's what you said to me a few days ago, but it's been a few days, so I want to ask again, for the record, is it still your testimony that you will not recuse yourself from investigations involving these campaign donors?
I'm not going to deal in hypotheticals, but the OGE report, or whatever it's called, that I signed has very specific things on what I could be involved in and not. So I'm going to go with the OGE that I signed.
Do you think that in the matter of public service, perception matters, that taxpayers, that American taxpayers should have confidence that you are making decisions based on what's right for them and not what's right for you? Do you think that that's?
If I wanted what was right for me, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today. But, yeah.
Well, you chose to sit there, which is why I'm asking you the question.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah.
So perception matters
Perceptions.
in terms of the public trust.
Right, perception's reality in the mind of the perceiver, sure.
I'm out of time, so thank you very much.
Thank you for the time in the office. I really, really enjoyed that meeting.
Thank you.
And thank you.